And welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. I thought I would do just a quick video showing my MEDIABOOK collection. So this is not going to be a long video because I don't have that many, and it's something I've really got into more recently. So MEDIABOOKs, a lot of people collect steelbooks when you talk about Blu-rays, but MEDIABOOKs are an alternative to steelbooks essentially, and they come from generally Germany, but you get some from other countries, but normally European countries, France, there are some from the UK, Austria, and essentially what I like about MEDIABOOKs is you can get limited edition versions of movies that maybe you wouldn't have got like steelbooks and stuff like that for. So I'm going to show you the first one here. This one's open, so I'm going to give you a good idea what it's looked like. This is Swamp Thing, obviously a DC character. Now quite often with MEDIABOOKs you'll have different covers and stuff like this. So you have a variety of different artwork, and a lot of them tend to be limited to quite a kind of a limited number, as you can see here. This one is limited to just 222. So I'm going to show you my collection, but we'll have a quick look at this one, starting with Swamp Thing. Now, obviously, big German. The text is going to be in the kind of the German language, but let's give you an idea of what it is. So it's bound like a book. Obviously, you have that's kind of the hardback. And you know, obviously the spine very similar to looking like a book, but obviously you have the Blu-ray discs there. So this is Swamp Thing, obviously directed by Wes Craven, and obviously a DC character. I do actually have a couple of other Marvel MEDIABOOKs that I'll put away, so I'm not going to show them. But I do have one to show you, which is Blade, which all my Marvel stuff is kind of put away, and I do have a couple of X-Men and a Punisher MEDIABOOKs, but I'm not going to get them out. So yeah, this is the new one I've got to hand, which is a Blade one, which is the more recent one. You can actually get all three Blade movies on MEDIABOOK, and you know, I'll probably get the other two at some point. MEDIABOOKs tend to be a little more, maybe more expensive than even steelbooks. They tend to be kind of like anywhere from sort of like 20 to sort of 50 euros when they come out, depending on what it is. But they are low in number. So that's the Blade one. And then we have, this is what I'm talking about, we have movies that maybe you wouldn't see. This is Savaged, which is also known as Avenged, I believe. And this is a kind of cool, a bit like The Crow, really. I really enjoyed this movie, so I was really pleased to pick it up. And this is actually one of my earlier books, MEDIABOOKs. Yeah, a pretty decent movie, kind of in the similar vein to the likes of The Crow, and this is limited to 1,000, though it's not numbered. Then we have Turbo Kid. Again, this is actually an example where they've actually had multiple MEDIABOOKs. There's actually another one with a different cover to this. But I wanted this one because it was different to the kind of the regular cover, and this one is limited to, I don't know how well you'll see there, 500 pieces, and it's cover B. And yeah, I mean, I love Turbo Kid. I may well get the other one of this. Next up we have Fright Night 2. Obviously this is the German one, so you've got the German sort of spelling of it basically. And I think this was actually the first time that you could get Fright Night 2 on Blu-ray. And you know, obviously, you know, pretty good. Limited numbered here. I'm not quite sure how many this is actually limited to, but there you go, it's obviously numbered. Oh, there you go, limited to 2,000. So, you know, pretty rare if you're a Fright Night fan. You don't get much on Fright Night 2, and I was pleased to get it. You can get something called hard boxes as well, or heart box is sometimes known, and they are similar but not exactly the same. Again, this is the movie The Hunted, and this is actually the only way I could even find this on Blu-ray. There's no other even regular Blu-ray release, let alone any other limited ones. And this is a fantastic Christopher Lambert movie that it's about kind of samurais versus ninjas. Sounds weird having Christopher Lambert in it, but yeah, it's a really decent movie actually, and I really adore this film. So I'm really happy to have a limited version, even though it does have one of the most boring covers. It doesn't sort of give an idea about how good this movie actually is. But yes, fantastic little addition here. I'm pleased to have this one. And then we've actually got a French MEDIABOOK. They did a range of media books in this kind of this. It's slightly shorter than the sort of German ones, and yeah, it's this. I mean, Excalibur, fantastic, one of my favourite fantasy films, and a pretty nice little media book. This one actually has a like a plastic slipcase as well, kind of like a transparent slipcase that obviously goes around it. And obviously being from France, maybe this is why it's obviously a slightly smaller in sort of scale. It's still as thick, but just not as long. That is Excalibur. So at the time of filming this is my newest media book. This one is Deathstalker, an 80s sword and sorcery movie. And this one is the limited vintage edition. There's other ones like TerrorVision that kind of have this kind of like worn look. And this one has got like a kind of like a sort of leathery feel to it to give it that kind of extra kind of like aged feel to it. So yeah, fun little kind of adult orientated B-movie sword and sorcery movie. Then we have Scarecrows, which is one of my favourite horrors of the 80s. I love this movie, and again this is one where there's an example of multiple different kind of cases. I like this art the best, so I wanted to go for this one. And then we have ABCs of Death. This one's actually, I got this one second hand, so we can have a quick look in there. On the subject of media books, the reason why I was inspired to do this video is actually another channel called Roasted Skulls, who pretty much, media books are his thing. So he's got a fantastic collection, and I'll actually link his channel in the description below. If you are interested in media books, I do suggest going and check his channel out, because he has, I mean, his collection dwarfs mine. You know, I'll get a few every now and then. He gets like a whole bunch every month. The Monster Project. This is a really, I got this quite recently, this one. And yeah, I mean, this was one of these films where I was really looking forward for it to come out, and it was a little bit of a disappointment, but there's still a good concept. And this one here is numbered to 3000, and again, it's a good example of having, you know, a B movie that might not necessarily get much in regards to steel books and stuff like that, but here we are in a nice collectible edition with different artwork in a media book format. And the final one outside of my couple of Marvel ones that I don't have to hand is this werewolf movie, Howl. And again, different artwork that you'll see here. And yeah, this is a pretty good werewolf movie from the UK actually. This is an English film, but obviously a German media book here. And that is it. That is my collection. So it's not a huge collection, but I just wanted to kind of show what I've got so far. It's something I'm probably going to get more of as time goes on, and maybe highlights to those people who, you know, are collectors but maybe haven't looked at media books before. Thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.